So this is the second post-lab video for my alum lab, and so far we've got some decent crystal growth, as you can see right here. Um, there is a noticeable difference this week than there was 2 weeks ago. Um, in the solution, there is a uh, significant increase in the number of crystals. There are cloudy substances inside the liquid, which I think could be the development of more crystals. Um, so that's pretty interesting to see what's happening. Some environmental factors that could be affecting the rate of the crystal growth and making it a little bit slower could be that it's been very cold lately, and I keep the vial right next to my windowsill, which does get pretty cold in the winter. So that might affect its ability to evaporate as quickly, since the solution would evaporate much more quickly in hotter temperatures. Um, so other than that, I think the crystal growth has been pretty significant, especially compared to some of my peers who've said that they couldn't see very many crystals even after like 3 weeks of their lab. So I'm pretty fortunate in that scenario. Then to calculate my theoretical yield, I first started off by weighing my aluminum foil mass, which was 1.0025 grams. And from there, you look at the mole ratio at the beginning of the reaction and then at the end, and you notice that it stays 1-to-1 for the aluminum and throughout the experiment. And so we should have 1.0025 grams at the end in the form of the product as well, which the molar mass of the product, which is potassium aluminum sulfate, disulfate, with 12H2O, is 474.372 grams per mole. That's the molar mass. And so the theoretical yield is calculated by converting the 1.0025 grams of aluminum to begin with into moles, and then multiplying that by the number of grams in 1 mole of the product. And so that ends up becoming 17.625 grams at the end in the form of the product. And so in our experiment, we actually attained 16.7555 grams. And so to find the experimental percent yield, we take the 16.755 grams, which is the experimental return, and divide that by the theoretical, which is the 17.625 grams, which is what we were supposed to get. And then you multiply that decimal by 100 to get the actual percent value, which for us was pretty high. We got 95.07% yield, which is really nice and showed that we didn't have very much loss. The 5% loss that we did have probably came from a little spillage when we were weighing the powder, and weighing the substance, and that happened when we were transferring. A little bit spilled off, which is unfortunate, but we still had a very good yield. So yeah, that explains that.